Let me stop procrastinating. This video was supposed to be out a month ago, in all honesty. Hey guys, today I'm playing warmate.io while I tell a story about this past 4th of July weekend. Well, it's not really past because, like I mentioned earlier, this was supposed to be out a month ago. But that weekend for me was ruined because of an oxygen providing plant we call trees. So I live in an area where there's a lot of trees by the street and there's an option to park in the open garage next to the apartment. So I decided not to park there because it's an extra $95 a month to park there. And that's actually a lot when you add it up. Every year that's probably around $1,200, maybe a little less. I assume it'd be a little less, because 95 times 12 is not exactly 1,200, but I'm rounding here. So I park parallel on the street, of course. Cost me $0 a year unless something like this happens where I have to possibly fix something depending on how much it would cost. So this weekend, or the 4th of July weekend that passed almost a month ago, I decided to take off from work Friday the 5th to have a 4-day weekend, and I regret this now, looking back on this. I went outside to my car the following Monday on the 8th when I had to go back to work to see some rose petal type berry looking situation that was going on in the hood of my car. And because it rained that weekend, it stained the hood of my car. And I was parked under a tree, so I assumed that's where the petals came from. But now thinking about it, those may have not been petals. But there's not really berries either. So I have no idea what that was. But anyways, I looked up at the tree and like I mentioned, I didn't see any type of petals or berries. So I'm thinking to myself, did someone like vandalize my car or what happened? Because I'd never stepped outside that weekend. Usually when I am home for the weekend or just my weekends in general, I just spend it indoors and I don't really go outside unless like my fridge is empty and I have nothing to eat. I probably should go outside and start doing more things, but couldn't be bothered. Anyways, this entire time thinking to myself, I hope these stains come out, because if this does not come out, it's a wrap, because this looks really bad. Or in my personal opinion, this looks really bad. I'm the type of person where if something gets stained of mine, like for example, if I drop some food on my shirt and it gets stained and I can't remove the stain, I automatically just feel, I don't want to say I feel not confident. What is the word I'm looking for? I just get irritated, to be completely honest with you. Like if I have a stain on my shirt, the whole day is ruined essentially. That's what it is. So this is how I felt about the car. So let me actually see if I have an image of it on my phone. And if I do have an image or I find out that I have an image, I'll put it up in the video during post when I'm editing this. I think I have the image, but I don't actually know. Now, I actually decided to actually hop in my car. This is probably 15 minutes after I head outside, determining if this was going to be something I could clean off later. Now I get into my car to head to work, and you know your day has been ruined when it's a silent ride. You don't turn any music on, and the only thing you hear is yourself hitting the bumps on the road and your wheels making noise and spinning. It was one of those days. It was unfortunate. While I was driving, I was praying to myself, please, please, please don't let this be permanent, because this car was given to me by my dad about 2 years ago when he got a new car, and it didn't have a clear coat on it or wax applied to the hood. So essentially it's the paint, like the base coat. In all honesty, this is probably dumb of me not to apply some type of like wax or a clear coat or something of that nature, get it redone, because now looking back on this could have all been prevented had I took care of the hood and actually fixed that situation. But I didn't know that was the case. The hood just looked dull to me compared to the rest of the car, but it wasn't something that I felt like should have been addressed because I didn't know exactly how to fix the problem, if that makes sense. But honestly, thinking about it now, I didn't expect the damn fruit salad to be thrown on my car. So I get to work, grab a paper towel and some water, and I head back outside to see if I could somehow rectify this situation and maybe reduce the amount of staining that's happening on the hood of my car. I attempt to lightly scrub the hood to make sure I don't scratch it with a paper towel, and I rub the parts that had the stains to see if it comes out. So the parts on the hood that still have some type of clear coat on it, the stain came out pretty easy on that. So I was like, whew, okay. I think I'm in the clear here. Let me wipe the part off that has just the bare paint. Hopefully it comes out, but this doesn't look too good. So I started rubbing the bare paint, and that was a no-go. At that point, I knew I was full. So now I started panicking because I was hoping the water would save my car, but I think it rained and the sun shined on the car for 4 days straight that weekend where I didn't drive the car. So the pedals sat there and the stain settled in, so I'm pretty sure this is now permanent. So I was thinking to myself, saliva has enzymes, and that's usually how when you eat, food gets broken down before you swallow it. So let me try to use my saliva to hopefully use the enzymes in there to clear this situation up. So I licked my thumb and I started rubbing the hood of my car, hoping that this would dissolve some type of staining here, and to no avail. That didn't work, and the stains are still there. So now I go back upstairs to the office that I work at, and I'm just distraught for the rest of the day, and that's all I could think about. So I didn't get much work done. So the whole day at work, I'm just thinking to myself, how am I gonna fix this? I can't drive around like this. This is ugly. After work, I decided to go to the car wash to get my car cleaned. At this point, I'm just doing anything and everything to get this situation sorted because I was 100% sure this is not coming out. So why not try it, kind of thing, right? Maybe it'll come out. Maybe they have some type of, soap in the back for heavy duty stains like this that could save me and come in clutch. So when I got to the car wash, I had a feeling something was going to be ruined because the owner of the car wash had 2 kids out there that were washing the cars. When I say kids, I'm talking somewhere between the ages of 14 to 17. I guess. I don't actually know the ages, but that's what they look like to me. So then I hand the keys over to the kids and about an hour passes. So finally they tell me they're done washing my car. And they finish washing it, and I head out there, and of course, the stains are still there. Now I go back inside to pay them because of course they performed a service on my car, so I can't go ahead and just say, you know what, since the stains didn't come out, I'm leaving. I'm assuming that's definitely some type of illegal activity, and it would just lead to more problems. I might as well just cut my losses here, pay the money, go home, be sad about it for a couple of days, and then get over it. So I went back inside to pay them, and when I swiped my card and signed off, I went back outside. For some reason, I decided to look at the hood and inspect it closely. I don't know why I didn't do this before I paid, but that's what I decided to do after I paid. So at this point, it's a little too late. But I noticed that these goofy buffoons scratched the hood of my car. Not once, but twice. Are you kidding me? No, but really, are you kidding me? I understand there's no clear coat on my car, so it's more prone to scratches. But come on now. Come on, cuh. Y'all deal with cars daily, and you're being this careless? You're scratching cars? Even if I did have a clear coat on there, you still would have scratched my clear coat, and it still would have been some type of scratch there. So this doesn't change the fact that you guys scratched my car. After noticing that they scratched my car, I feel like the youngest one noticed that I noticed that my car was scratched, so he kept looking at me when I entered my car. And while I was looking at my car, he just kept glancing over while he was washing another car. And I'm assuming he was hoping that I wouldn't notice. And I said, you know what? It's my fault for letting 2 kids wash the car when the hood of the car has no top coat. This is all my fault. I should have washed the car by myself, or I should have never washed it to begin with, because now the front of my car is stained with some petals and the hood has scratches on it. Honestly, after this realization, I just sat in my car for like 2 minutes, and I just thought about the whole situation and what I was going to do. I was completely done with the day. I was over it. I just want to go back to my apartment and just do something else and not have to worry about this car. So I left the car wash and I drove off real slow, and I just started shaking my head in disappointment because this could have been all avoided had I applied some wax onto the hood of the car. But no, I can't even say what caused me not to put it on there. This should have all been prevented, that's all I can say. So now, I either have to go get my hood completely repainted, which would be awkward because now the car hood and the car body will be two different shades. And when I say shades, I don't mean that one color is going to be red and the other color is going to be green. I mean that one is going to look old and the other paint is going to look new. Like the hood of the car is going to look like a fresh new coat and the rest of the body is going to look fairly old because this car is pretty old. I was thinking about repainting the whole body of the car, but I definitely know that that's going to cost me a lot more than I'm willing to pay for that. Painting the hood is probably going to cost me $1,000 easily. Or I could just tint the windows of my car because right now they're not tinted and say, you know what, forget the hood because the car is almost 18, 19 years old. So if I repaint the hood, something might happen and then next you know, I no longer have the car in my possession, so why repaint it? So if I tint it, no one can see me inside the car while driving because right now, I don't have any tints like I mentioned, so people can see me bright as day. And I feel some sort of embarrassment driving this type of car because this looks goofy. This looks dumb. Honestly, I might just go with the tints and just tint my window out of embarrassment. Just tint it super dark for my own sake, my own ego. Because I can't pull up anywhere to the store even with this car. This just looks bad. Anyways, that's it for me. Let me know down in the comments if I should repaint the hood, tint my windows, or do neither. Is it neither or neither? I think it's neither. Or is it neither? That's a good question. Anyways, let me know if I should repaint the hood or tint my windows. Or just take the L. At this point, I wouldn't even mind taking the L. Saves me money. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified of when I drop my next video. I challenged myself to start this channel off on the right foot by posting a video every day for the month of August. That's not going so well because as I record this, it is the night of the 2nd, and I already missed the first day, which was yesterday. And I think, honestly, I'm going to bed fairly soon. So this probably won't be posted until the 3rd. So I have to make 3 videos to make up for the days that I missed. Anyways, long story short, there's 31 days in August. So I'll be posting 31 videos this month, hopefully. After that, I don't have an exact schedule of when I'll be dropping videos for September and onward. But there'll be more videos to come, so stay tuned. I'll see y'all in the next one.